We're going on a tour of an 8-unit apartment building that would be a perfect candidate for a Section 8 rehab. That's the topic of today's show. Let's dive in. All right, real estate investors, welcome to another episode of the Investment Properties for Sale Show. I am your host, James Wise. That right there is Tommy, handling the tech stuff behind the scenes, bringing you guys all of this great content to digest. And today's property, this is pretty cool. For anybody that's been like paying attention to the Cleveland market or like watching a lot of my shows, you'll see that we are selling 6-unit apartment buildings. You know, the prices have been going up in the Cleveland market for about the last decade. Right now we're selling 6-unit apartment buildings for approximately $230,000 to $250,000. Every once in a while you can find some C-class stuff for $200,000, but like $200,000 to $250,000 is that window, right? And this is a C-class apartment building. The address 4703-4709 Spokane Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio 44144. So this is the old Brooklyn area. We have literally got hundreds and hundreds of tenants in the old Brooklyn area. This is as C-class as it gets, man. This is just a classic C-class neighborhood. And this is actually an 8-unit apartment building. And I've priced this thing pretty low. I have priced it at $224,900. And there is two main reasons to that. The first, as you can see from the drone footage, and this is the biggie. This is the big reason for the price decrease, guys. This is why I'm giving you guys such a discount. So, you know, when it comes time to making an offer, don't be like, oh, my offer is $150 because the roof is old. Like, that's the whole reason it's $225, guys. Do the math, okay? If people are buying 6-unit apartment buildings in C-class neighborhoods for $240,000, $250,000 in Cleveland, and I'm giving you an 8-unit and I'm only charging you $225,000, there's a reason for that, and that reason is this roof. All right, this roof is old. This roof is beat. We are going to need to put a new roof on this thing. We had some ideas. In the past, we were thinking about using some like coating products. Sherwin-Williams has some new coating products, and we thought we could extend the life of this roof a little bit longer because that's a pretty revolutionary product that they had. But we actually had the reps from Sherwin-Williams up top there, and it just isn't doable. This thing's just done, guys. So you got to get rid of this roof. So you want to pencil in probably maybe $35,000. That's a big old roof. Likewise, though, after that, you're not going to have to worry about a roof for at least 30 years. You want to do regular maintenance on these torch down roofs, but you continue to do regular maintenance, you'll probably get 50 years of life out of that next roof. So definitely want to do the roof. As far as the other big ticket item, and this one it scares folks, but it's not, in my opinion, as big of a deal. Let's just go right to the footage. If you look at those furnaces, okay, those are all pretty darn old furnaces. I would say all of those furnaces are pushing about 40 years, if not older. These are the big old furnaces, okay? You got 8 furnaces in this property. Now, if you're wondering, the cost to replace a furnace, it's about $3,000. So if you were to replace all 8 of these furnaces, you would be looking at $24,000. Now, do not take what I'm saying. Like the roof, you got to do that roof, okay? If you were to purchase this property within the first 12 months of ownership, you would need to spend that money, about 35 G's or so, replacing that roof. That's something that has to happen. I would recommend doing it before the winter. I don't think that roof, I don't think you want to go through another roof with a bunch of snow and stuff on that roof. You don't want to go through another winter with a bunch of snow and stuff on that roof, is what I'm trying to say. These furnaces, though, here's the deal. When you have furnaces, right, like some folks, they'll bring their inspector out there, and the inspector's like, oh, the furnace is past its useful life. Recommend an HVAC technician take a look. That's what inspectors are going to say when they inspect these furnaces. You don't need to do that, because what I'm telling you right now is, yeah, these things are old, man. These things are old as hell. They are all working. At the moment in time, all 8 of them work. If one of them goes down, you don't want to do a service call. You don't want to spend any money fixing anything or trying to replace a part, because they are well past their useful life. So what you want to do is, anytime you have a furnace issue, just assume you're going to spend $3,000 replacing it. You'll get yourself a new furnace, which has got a life expectancy of about 30 years. Now, would I expect all 8 of these furnaces to go down in the next 12 months? Absolutely not. But I'm also not going to stand here on my show and tell you guys, oh, these furnaces are great. These things are a champ. You'll be fine for the next decade. No, I don't know that. In the next 5 to 10 years, I would assume you'll probably replace at least half of them. I don't see why you wouldn't. I mean, they're all old. So that's out there. That is a capital expenditure, the big capital expenditure that you need to spend in the near future. So those are the 2 things, okay? The roof, that's got to happen pretty soon, and these furnaces. But of course, with everything, there's a give and a take. The seller, he's aware that these issues are there, and we have given you guys a hell of a discount. $224,900 for 8 units. Look around the market. You can't get an 8-unit apartment building in a C-class neighborhood with professional property management already in place for any cheaper than that. That's as cheap as it gets, guys. Now, as far as the hot water tanks, those are all fairly new. HoltonWise has replaced a lot of those hot water tanks ourselves. We got some in the 3-year range, some in the 5-year range. We've been managing this building for, 4 or 5 years now, so those hot water tanks are good. Nothing to worry about there. The big issue here is the roof and the furnaces. Now, as far as what you're going to get on a rent roll, let's take a look at that rent roll.
Property management is a lot more than just placing tenants and collecting rent. Who you work with can be as or even more important than the properties themselves. With over 60 years of cumulative experience, the principles of EverGrow Property Management have one of the most tried and tested property management businesses in the Indianapolis, Indiana market. Armed with the latest technology and a full range of property management services, including property evaluations, tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, legal compliance, and eviction services. EverGrow Property Management is the top property management choice of rental property owners, turnkey providers, and real estate agents in the Indianapolis, Indiana market. Visit evergrowpm.com for more information. We've built a completely automated sales and investing process here at HoltonWise. You are able to go from spectator to real estate investor with a few clicks of the mouse. However, we understand that this automated process isn't for everyone. If you have enjoyed all of the free content on the HoltonWise YouTube channel and HoltonWise.com, but want to dive in even deeper with a more personalized investing experience, you can sit down and talk shop with James Wise directly. Visit HoltonWise.com to schedule a one-on-one coaching session today.
We've got 6 of the 8 units are occupied. The current seller, he's not really interested in putting any more money. He just wants to sell it. He's selling it at a fire sale price. So those 2 units are going to come to you vacant. Now, taking a look through the 1 unit. As you'll see, the unit doesn't really need all that much. We need to spend, $1 or $2 grand just getting this thing all tidied up, getting it rent ready. Okay. And now looking at the next unit, this unit, it doesn't look like it to the naked eye. Like at first, you're probably like, holy shit. This is actually, believe it or not, the nicer unit. There is crap everywhere. Okay. The tenant, they're gone. And this is what we're left with. So if you have never invested in real estate before and you're like thinking that it's all fast cars, girls in bikinis, shit like that, well, hey, bro, here's your fucking wake-up call. Welcome to investing in real estate. Welcome to being a landlord. This shit's going to happen. So I didn't want to show you. I don't want to show you guys anything other than like what real life is, right? Like I hate the people that go on the internet and they tell people like these magical stories like, oh, it's the greatest, this is so great, and they don't really tell you like the real life stuff. Like with everything, there's pros and cons, man. Like I would never sit up here on my show and be like, this is the greatest apartment building in the world, I'm selling it for $224,900, other buildings are $250 and they have less units, buy. If somebody's like telling you that, you have to like think to yourself like, whoa, what's the catch? There's always a catch. Of course there's going to be a catch, man. Look, that's how selling real estate or selling any product goes, right? The seller's over here, the buyer's over here. You guys have to make concessions and come to an agreement to actually get the deal done. It's typically got to be a win-win for both sides. The seller is not trying to take a bath, right? But the seller understands he's got issues with his property, so he's giving you a nice price up front. You, the investor over here, you would love to pick it up for like $100,000. You want to pick it up for $100,000 under market, but that's not realistic, guys. That's not going to happen. The seller's not a dummy. You're an investor. You want to make profit. Well, so is your seller. So I think this is like a fair deal, and that's why I show you guys things like the unit with crap in it. I want to show you guys exactly what's going on. I'm not going to tell you, yeah, you buy this property, HoltonWise, we're a great property management company. We manage thousands of tenants. You'll never have problems. That's not real life. That's not how this business actually works. We are very, very good at what we do. We are the biggest name in the game in this market. We have a huge market share here. We own this particular market. You drive around Old Brooklyn, you'll see my sign on building after building after building. We are literally the top level guys in this business. But that doesn't mean that there's not problems, guys. That's what this industry is. There's problems. That's why my company exists, because tenants don't always do what they're supposed to do. Tenants trash apartments, and investors out there, they need people that know what they're doing to handle them. That's literally the reason my company exists. So I want to show all of that to you. So if this is the first time you've ever seen a show here on HoltonWise TV, do yourself a favor and smash that subscribe button, because our number one goal, it's actually not to sell real estate. It is to educate real estate investors on the industry. I have found that if I educate you guys, explain to you guys exactly what is going to happen, all the sales follow. Because look, dude, even though there's problems, even though there's issues, this property is going to make somebody a lot of money. Real estate, rental real estate, it makes people money. So I don't need to sugarcoat it. I don't need to hide things from you guys. I just want to be transparent and educate you guys. And as someone who's giving you guys education as well as opportunities, I know the sales are going to come. So that is the condition of those 2 units. The other 6 units totally occupied. As you see from the numbers on the screen here, though, we got pretty solid rents, man. $600, $525, $475, $565, $590, $550. So it's currently bringing in $33.05, and then of course you're going to be able to get rent from those other 2 units after you spend a few grand. A few grand each unit cleaning them up. Like the one with all the shit in it, that's a fairly hardened and rehabbed unit. It just looks bad because you got all the shit in it, but once you get all that out of there, there's really not much damage done to the unit. You just spend a few grand, but no big deal. Now, looking at the numbers again, you'll see I have put a market rent of $6.25 for all 8 of these units. So you can get this thing all the way up to $5,000 a month. That, in my opinion, is the play. And here's how you do it. You would do that by converting these to Section 8. I think Section 8 would be the best possible thing for this particular building. Now, you don't have to go, like right now we have 6 units, and all of them are actually cash paying units. None of those are Section 8 tenants. Some folks think that if you want to go Section 8, you got to turn your entire building over into Section 8, and then you'd have to turn over all these tenants, and it would be this big cost. That's not the case. What I would do is I would take those 2 units and I would enroll those in our Section 8 program. Okay, and leave the other 6 as they are. Because look, some of these rents, like we got unit 1, for instance, that's rented at $600 a month. The market rent is $6.25. Okay, it doesn't make any sense to try to kick somebody out or mess with the tenant to get that small $25 a month. You want to let that unit occur naturally. But when that does happen, I would probably replace that tenant with a Section 8 tenant, because Section 8, that is government guaranteed rent, guys. It's going to come like clockwork, all right? So when we're in these C-class areas, sometimes, we have to remove tenants, man. We have to evict tenants. Sometimes tenants don't pay. So the best thing to do when you're in a C-class area is, in my opinion, go with the Section 8 program. A lot of times those tenants, if we provide them a nice product, a contemporary looking product, we go agreeable gray paint, we give them a modern looking kitchen, they never want to leave, right? Because they don't have to worry about the rent. The government's paying for that, and we've provided them something that's newer and more modern than the neighboring properties. they're set, man. They set it and they forget it. So not only are we going to hit the top market rents, we're going to reduce our turnovers. I mean, if you do the numbers, guys, you spend a little bit of money here to get yourself a brand new roof, right? So you spend $2.25 buying this thing. Let's just call it 30 grand. So you're in for $255, and then you could be bringing in $5K a month of government guaranteed rent. And as far as your furnaces, sure, you're doing a couple a year here or there. But then, you got new furnaces that have 30 years of life left. So you're getting all that money back to you. So for all those reasons, guys, I think this is a solid deal. We have records showing performance. Okay, now this thing has transferred ownership a couple times. We've had a couple investors purchase this thing that they weren't ready for a building of this size. So I don't have like long-term tax records from like one individual owner, but what we do have is we do have the property management's records, which you can give to your lender. Or if you don't have a lender, I have a list of lenders. You could go ahead and send me an email. My email should be on the screen somewhere here. Send me an email. I'll get you my list of lenders. They could write this loan for you. Now, this isn't going to be a 30-year residential loan like I talked to you guys about on the show a lot. This is commercial terms, guys. The terms are not as nice. So if you're a real estate investor out there and you've never bought a property, I don't necessarily know if you want to jump right into an apartment building. That's why this building has changed hands a few times. I think a couple guys bit off a little bit more than they could chew. What I would like to see is an investor who's already done a bunch of residential stuff. You can get 10 of those loans, guys. My advice to everybody is always use the first one on your own home. Take care of home base first, and then take the other 9. Buy yourself 9 1 to 4 unit properties, and then move on. Because the cool thing about commercial financing, right? The negative to residential financing is you can only get 9. The cool thing to commercial financing is you can get as many as you want. So long as you can come up with the down payment, banks will lend you as much money as possible so long as the property can support it. So I've got lenders. They'll write you loans. Interest rates are going to vary based on what lender you talk to. Typically, you're looking at like a 20-year AM with a 5-year call. You could refinance at that time, or you could sell if you reposition it. In my opinion, I think if we go with the Section 8 product, we go with the Section 8, and like 5 years from now you tried to refinance this and you have a new rent roll of $5,000 a month, this could potentially be something you could burr out. You should be able to get a lot of your original capital back, and then of course you'll continue with all that cash flow, and now you've got newer furnaces and you got the newer roof. So this could be a hell of an earner. Could be some type of a burr play with you doing that refinance, around year 4 or year 5. So if that sounds like something you're ready to do, you've already, dipped your toes in the residential game and you're ready to move on to the bigger and better deals. Because just so you guys know, after you've done this for a while, eventually you got to move on from those residential deals. Like myself, I no longer purchase, small homes. I only purchase things that are 6 units and above. So eventually, if you want to get into the big leagues, you really want to grow your portfolio. You want to go big, or you want to bring in partners, right? When you're trying to bring in partners doing residential loans, that can be very messy and it's very tough to get them underwritten. The cool thing with the commercial stuff is, so long as you guys could all put together the money for the down payment and the building will support it, it's very easy to create an LLC with 3 or 4 investors and go in on a deal together. So if you're looking to really expand your portfolio, really grow your business, really make a big name for yourself in the real estate game, you're going to have to move on to commercial deals, and this is a great starter commercial deal. So if you want to make an offer on this property, shoot me an email, jameswise@holtonwise.com. I'm going to need your proof of funds, or I'm going to need you to have ran the information by a lender who can tell you without a doubt they'll be able to write a loan that meets your standards. So send me an email. I'll give you all available financial data so you can have your lenders underwrite it, or I'll send you the financial data along with my list of lenders and they could underwrite that for you. Or cash deals, of course, are great. If you're paying cash, you might be able to squeeze out a little bit of a discount. But the name of the game, guys, is leverage, and there's no reason you can't utilize leverage on this building. So shoot me an email with all that, jameswise@holtonwise.com. And if this is the first time you've ever seen one of our shows on HoltonWise TV, I want you to do me a favor and go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Hit the like, hit the share. Okay, engage with the video so YouTube's algorithm knows you're finding value here on HoltonWise TV. Until next time, I'm James Wise with HoltonWise, and this is Real Estate Investing Made Easy.
RentecDirect provides you with an easy-to-use yet robust platform for managing your properties, complete with its built-in reporting and accounting system that can be customized to fit your business. You can manage work orders and even accept them online from your tenants. You can also share work order details with tenants or owners if you wish. With RentecDirect, you will also fill your vacancies faster than ever with the built-in marketing tools. Just enter the details of your property and Rentec will automatically provide you with a professional online website, as well as syndicate them to popular websites such as Zillow, Trulia, and Apartments.com to get your listing maximum exposure so it's rented fast.
Cleveland, Ohio is widely considered to be one of the top rental markets in the entire United States. This is because here in Cleveland, our housing prices are low and our rental prices and demand are high. At HoltonWise, we provide the complete turnkey solution for all real estate investors, whether they are local, out of state, or even abroad. As real estate brokers, we will provide you with agent representation to help you buy properties ranging from single-family homes to large apartment complexes. We even have referrals for lenders who can provide investment property loans to investors located in all 50 states, allowing you to capitalize on the use of leverage or other people's money. We have referrals to top-notch title companies so you know that all of your transactions are safe and secure, with every single property being delivered to you with clear title. Once you close on the property, we have an investor-focused insurance brokerage who can handle all your property insurance needs. This insurance brokerage handles auto, home, life, and business policies, but they specialize in working with policies for landlords. We also have full-service property management. We can handle all rental property advertisements, tenant placement, rent collection, evictions, maintenance, landscaping, construction, and repairs. In addition, HoltonWise also offers digital media and education. One day, when you are ready to sell your investment, HoltonWise, as the #1 seller of investment properties in the greater Cleveland area, can market your property in a video just like this one to our worldwide base of investors who are looking to capitalize on the high cash flow opportunities in the Cleveland, Ohio market.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our latest content, including video tours and analysis of investment properties that are available for sale, real estate investment education, and our most interesting encounters with tenants from hell. HoltonWise, real estate investing made easy.